Hi friend, it is so good to see you on Sunday the 21st. I'm Pat Sloan and this is June challenges with our nifty calendar. So first let's talk about the challenge, and we have another tidy up day. I think Sundays sometimes are good for that. I consider them the end of the week, and the whole the week is done. Mondays are coming, so tidying up on Sundays is always good. But I want to give you a theme. Whenever we do a tidy up from now on, I will give you a focus. I think I generally give you a focus. I don't know, but we're going to talk about thread. Those threads. Now, I personally do have I consider most, I will show you what isn't, but I have most of my threads fairly tidy, but I do have them sort of all over the place. And that is one thing that I personally want to take a look at, sort of getting them more consolidated. I work with the Orville Thread Company, and so I do have quite a bit more thread than maybe some people do. I have amassed quite a bit on my own, and then they have sent me thread. So there you go. But one of the things I use, and I've shown you pictures of this, so you'll recognize it. These trays. I did have for years. I had like you'll see them all over the place. They're like a rolling thing like this, about that size, and they have they're generally for paper, and I think they were designed for paper, scrapbooking. So they maybe have different color trays, and you pull the trays in and out, and you keep the thread in there, which was lovely. The problem was the thread is much heavier than the paper, and what I found is the unit I had anyways kind of warped, and it was like leaning over. It wasn't really sturdy enough. So I got these, I don't know what you call them. They're trays. They're also trays with a lid so they can be stacked. I'll link you to them below. So my threads are in here by color, and I have this depth, and then I also have a deeper one where I keep a lot of big spools. And I have, I don't know, about 8 of these containers, and then I have a lot of box threads up in an old picnic basket. And then I have this that sits out on my counter because it's over there on the one shelf, because I use a lot of these colors. I use them for the photography that I do, and then there are colors that I might be using, want to just come and grab them real quick. So I have a whole thing of those. Over in my cabinet back here, in those drawers, I have one drawer that has also two baskets that each have about this much more thread in it, which are, again, more threads I grab first. The koala unit here has a tray that rolls out, and there is thread in there. So I have that. So most of the thread is stored in my auxiliary area in the dining room. But then I got this, because when I was teaching on the road, I had some bags of thread that I took along. So this is all my thread I have to go through. I have not addressed what is in here. I don't know what is in here. So that is my thing that needs cleaned up. Looks like a cute Easter basket of thread. So if you have some thread storage that needs a little love today is the day to love your thread. I'll also link you up to this little project basket. It's so cute because it actually lays flat. When I undo these, here, I'll show you. Can I show you? Yeah. I'll just dump them out on top there. Okay, so this here, oops, let me show you. You undo the end, and then it lays flat, and then you undo the other end, whee, and it's flat like this. Isn't that cute? And it's really easy to do. You use this stiffener product, and then you're just you can see the edges. You're zigzagging the edges of the fabric. So I need to make a new one of these in red. So this is from an older fabric line of mine. So that is a project that I need to do. I'll link you up to that little basket because it is darn cute. Super, super cute. So I forgot to show you what was on the wall yesterday. I put the will you be my neighbor? So there it is. And I discovered that I not only have the whole bottom row that needs done, there's a whole bottom row, which has a super cute sailboat, but there's actually a block that goes, there's a house that goes here on the end where that section is. So I'm going to leave that up there. There is a possibility I might make that block today. We'll see. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads watching, and to all of your dads, be they your spouse, your dad, the men in your life that filled in a dad spot for you. We are going to go over and pop over and say hi to my dad. Virginia is still very much we can't be hanging out with each other yet. It's just too contagious still out there. We're a really populated area. We're going to be one of the last probably to be in a regular position again. So we'll go over and do a little short visit outside. So that'll be nice. Okay, so that's up on the wall. Be My Neighbor, link below. Those are free pattern that you can find on my website. They're all designed by Moda. Super cute. I loved doing the polka dots. What do you think? What do you think about the polka dots? Have you ever done that? You have sort of a signature piece of fabric that you use in most, or if not all, of the blocks that ties it together. I probably could use polka dots in everything. I probably could, but it's always, then sometimes it's hard to find the right polka dot. That's how that goes. So another fun thing that I got recently that is so cute is this bracelet. It's a leather ruler. It's looks like a ruler, and it has just like a tab. So it's double wound. I don't know if some of them are single wound, but I have the link down below. It comes in it comes in a little container. It's sized, so you want to go, when you go to the page, if you want to get one, read the instructions for picking the size. So get out your tape measure and measure so that you're sure. Mine is a 16. This happens to be a 16. I don't remember what the sizing is, but I do know I got my tape measure out and measured, be sure I got one that seemed okay. Now I don't know if I'm going to do this today. Probably not. Excuse me. There we go. Probably not going to do it today, but I have been thinking about doing this. I found the DoubleTree cookies. If you've stayed at the DoubleTree Hotel, their warm chocolate chip cookies are to die for. They are just so awesome. And I know that if I make them, they will not be the same because, they're always better if somebody else makes them. But they'd probably be pretty darn good. So I am thinking about making these very soon and seeing how they turn out. And if they turn out good, then I'll make them for my dad. Because he and I are like, when we've traveled together as family, and if we stay at the DoubleTree, we're all like, we need this cookie time, Dad. We'll get our cookie. He has a massive sweet tooth. Okay, the other thing I want to show you is a little bit of analysis for your free motion quilting and deciding whether you want to undo some of the stitching or not. So on the Paris, I'm going to hold it back here first. So I'm doing the sort of thread painting like on the Eiffel Tower. So there, whoops, there. So you can just, hopefully you can see I've done some of the stitching. But what happened is I have a spot that I don't like how it turned out. So I'm going to show it to you because I want you to think about, now you just saw it, whether you spotted it. My guess is you didn't. My guess is that you didn't notice anything. But when I look at it, I think like, oh, I just am a little too much off of the line. Because what I was doing, let me pull you down here so you can see it up close. What I was doing was staying on pretty much, not directly on the line. I'm not trying to be like that, but staying pretty close so that my stitching mimics the lines. And there is one spot, it's coming in here now, that I feel like I'm just off the line more, and I don't know if it's going to keep bothering me. And it is this one right here. See this? I wanted it to be more right above on the actual line, and I'm shadowed it, you know, so I'm off it. Like up here, I'm closer, so that's okay. Down here, you can see I'm closer, but this one I'm further away. And when I look at it, I see that. Now, I am not going to unpick it until the end. And so if at the end of all this guy, I still feel like I see it every time, I will undo it and just take out that little group of stitches and tie them off on the back, and then probably not even restitch it. I'll probably just leave it and have that. I don't need those stitches there to, you know, really hold down the area or anything. So it'd be easier just to undo them. But I am going to wait, because sometimes if you have something like that and you wait and wait and wait till you're done before you decide to fix it, then your brain relaxes about it. Your brain kind of gets over itself and is like, okay, this is fine because now I'm done. I don't want to spend any more time on this project. Or maybe it's still bothering you, because I'm a firm believer if something is bothering you, you should go ahead and fix it, because you're not going to ever really get over it if it's still bothering you at the end. And that's why I will leave it. I will leave it until the end and then decide, because it will take me all of 5 minutes to unpick that and tie a knot on either end, and then just not even put it in again. Big decisions. Big decisions on our free motion. So today, you're going to tidy up your thread, and if all your thread is so tidy that you couldn't possibly do anything else to it to make it more beautiful, yay you. You get a free day then. You can tell me, you can show me a picture. I want to see it. I want to see your gorgeous thread. Show me a picture anyways. Show me your rat's nest of floss, you know? Like, I have friends that like just throw the floss in a big basket. It is like a total rat's nest. I don't even know how they get it out of there. But they're like, oh yeah, you just dig through it. And I'm like, oh, get heart palpitations. It's like, no, I can't do that. Okay. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day. I love you, and I will see you online. Mwah.